The goal of a date isn't to make the person like you.
Yeah.
No. It's to find out if you want them in your life.
Welcome to Los Angeles, your local sapphic classifieds. We're your hosts. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Ruby. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode. Before we start, make sure you like and subscribe wherever you're listening.
Okay, let's get into it.
Welcome to Los Angeles. All right, so Jessica and Nicole, the two of you are friends with Vanessa. Do you want to tell us about how you know her?
How we know Vanessa. So Vanessa, did we meet how long ago? So I know Vanessa first and foremost. I'll claim you. Um, and we met working at a recruiting firm
Yep.
back. I've been here 11 years, so like 11 years ago, which is wild. And then yeah, she was my recruiter. I did the sales. I left her after 6 months. I'm sorry still about that, but we had fun. And here we are 11 years later, and Nicole knows Vanessa through osmosis.
And then how did you guys meet, Jessica and Nicole? How did you guys get in a relationship?
Mm.
You want to
I'll let Nicole tell it because she doesn't like the way I tell it as much. So please.
That's so true.
It is.
So, I am originally from Newfoundland, Canada, and I was living there and had spoken to a friend about moving to Santa Monica to start a business together. She already owned a business here in the kind of same category of work. And we said, let's team up and come over. And at this point in my life, I was like really ready for a change. I had been living in Newfoundland for my entire life. So that would have been like 38. And I was just like, I want to get out of here. I feel like it's like, I'm ready for something new. So I also was just recently out of a relationship that was like a long-term relationship. So I got on Hinge. Someone told me about Hinge, never heard of it. But got on it and changed my location to Santa Monica. But like the first things in my profile was moving to Santa Monica in October. And this was April. So I was straight up, and that I wasn't looking for nothing serious, looking to meet like-minded people. And basically, shortly after that, I met Jess. We matched, and we started talking. And yeah, and then the rest just kind of happened. Jess came to visit Newfoundland in July. And yeah, like as soon as we met, it was just like this, like, oh, like, I feel like I've met you before. Everything felt really like nice, like easy. I don't like the word easy, effortless. Like it just felt like we had like a genuine like connection. I hadn't felt a connection like that before. So it made me obviously very interested in pursuing it.
My side is similar. I think I give Nicole grief about putting her location in Santa Monica when she was not in Santa Monica. I didn't even think that was like a feature that you could do or have access to. And I did read that part. So I think we like say that I don't read and I skim through a lot of things. And it's true. Like the first thing I look at is a picture and then whatever your like tagline was. And I was like, whatever. And like you're in my parameters of my location. So yeah, and just continue to talk. And I was told by multiple people that I might have been getting catfish, which doesn't make any sense because we FaceTime. So like the overall, that's not accurate. But I wanted to go meet Nicole in person because we were talking at a very aggressive rate. So I was like, we have to meet. And I'm typically aggressive in nature. And I was like ready for I don't know, an adventure. I was like, yeah, Newfoundland, don't know where the hell that is. And let's go check it out. It's very far away. It's the most eastern point of North America, and we are in California, as you both know. So it's a journey. But then after that, yeah, we just went back and forth. Nicole came to California a couple of times. I went back to Newfoundland a bunch of times, and here we are. Now we're living in California married.
There is one part we probably should have mentioned. So I told Jess in July or maybe even June that I was no longer moving to California for the job opportunity because my friend had gotten an offer for a job in Ireland. So that friend that I was partnering with that would have gotten me kind of into the country to work, it fell through. So at that point, I wasn't moving. That fell through, and you knew that, and we continued to talk, and we said we would like make it work. Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, then it was more so how it wasn't never like how are we gonna make this work? Like to me at that point, I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm not moving to California. I need to stop all this. I was like, this feels really good. I love this connection. I've never felt like this before. I want to like see where this can go. And it was never like how or like, oh, there's this obstacle or this obstacle. It's like I that's when I started to like trust myself. Okay, this feels good. It feels good, so I want to continue it. How did that happen? I'm not sure, but we're just gonna go day by day and see. So that's like kind of how it went.
So you started talking in April and you decided to meet in July. Is that right?
Started talking in like May or June.
May or
Yeah,
I
it
June?
think
was like
Okay.
yeah, it
we,
was like end of April, early May, I think.
yeah, because I got my previous relationship in April. So I think we met in like, yeah, June, probably started talking, and then I went in July.
Okay. Okay. And then Nicole, this might be a controversial question. We can cut it if we need to. Were you talking to anyone else in California?
No, not like that. Like I had my Hinge open, so I was talking not to anybody in California. Like I would have a
Okay.
few things, but no like conversation really caught me.
And then I remember when I met you guys, you were telling me about like that there was some sort of restrictions on how long you could be here at a time and stuff like that. What was what was that process?
Hmm.
So as a Canadian, we don't need like a visa to travel for less than 6 months. So we I would travel within those perimeters, but I never like really knew the actual rules because there's so many different rules. So like there's three ways of measuring it. So they measure it within a calendar year, they measure it within 365 days, and they measure it within 3 years with ratios. So I was like, I have no idea, but I know I don't want anything to happen at the border.
It was zero fun to track, but at least that's over now. But yeah, we planned everything around that of like very precisely. And then Nicole drove. So like also taking that into consideration of like, okay, how long is it actually gonna take you to get across the border? How many days? And just, yeah, we just had to pay a lot of attention. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Jessica, I have a question for you about what did you kind of just feel the same way about Nicole, where she was like, I've never had a connection like this before, I need to pursue it, when you chose to fly all the way across the country like so soon after meeting? You said you guys were aggressively talking, so there must have been
Well,
something
yeah,
there.
I think our first FaceTime date, if you will, I think we're on the phone for 5 hours. So like, yeah, like, and I'm not a big FaceTime
Not a
person in
big
general, nor do I talk on the phone for that long. So
fan.
5 hours was substantial. So yeah, out on top of like, we were like, I don't know, there was like, yes, that connection was very real. So it's like, I have to like go see because it feels real and like I see her, so like I'm attracted to her from this point, but like chemistry is a funny thing. So I was like, I don't know if it's gonna hold up when we see each other in person. So it's like, got to figure this out sooner than later. So that, yeah, that
That,
connection, I just wanted to prove it to be true, if that makes sense.
that's an efficient way to do it because if you continued talking for even longer and then you guys met and there was no chemistry and it was just awkward and weird, would
Hmm.
have been, yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
if
would
it,
have lost all my friends because of the amount of I was texting. They would have been like, "You gotta go. No more. Not another month of this. Get out of here." I don't even know. One of my friends that I work with was like, "Get a hotel. Make sure like you have an exit plan, you know?" And I was like, "That's smart. Like I
yeah,
should."
yeah.
I ended up canceling it on the flight over the hotel. So, and stayed with Nicole instead. So,
And I think it helped that we were very open with the communication about that. It was like I was saying from the beginning, you can totally stay with me if like we don't click. Like like obviously we're not gonna like all of a sudden like not like each other or not get
right.
along. It just might not have been like romantic chemistry. And like it's not like then I'm gonna be like get out of my house, it's just so we were very like I don't know. I feel like we really talked through everything really well and like we're very clear with like what our intentions both were. So I think that like definitely helped. And like it's funny because Jessica told me after like her friends were like, maybe you're being catfished. And I literally naive little me on an island was like, I don't even know what that means. Like except for like I can sometimes catch those when I'm cod jigging. Like,
Yeah, there it is.
so, like
Mm.
no idea. Yeah, but I do think like our open communication was huge in all this.
Mhm.
And so now you guys are married, right?
That's true.
And what was what was the timeline to like getting engaged and then getting married?
Oh, we get asked this all the time because of like immigration stuff, and we should really have
Oh,
a handle on it at this point, but like I really don't. We started dating, like we call it dating, like the day we met in July, which was July 21st, 22. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's right. And then we got married September 28th, 2024. So whatever that maths to, there you go. And we got
Nicole,
engaged the December before, December 8th and 9th, 2023. Yeah.
so a little after a year after you met.
Yeah, a year and a half, probably like leading up to, yeah, a year and a half. Maybe
I
that's why
was
she didn't come.
I was very surprised to hear you say you were going to fly to Newfoundland so soon after meeting someone on Hinge.
Yeah.
Um, and I think you had mentioned this plan to stay in a camper, and I was like, wow, that is
I
wild.
think I remember your reaction now. I was like, yep, I know. I'm like, I hear you guys,
Yeah,
everyone. I was like, I'm still gonna do it.
but
Whatever.
it
Hmm. Hmm.
worked. And yeah, it's a definitely trust your gut moment.
I
Hmm.
do feel like you remember when you ask about like culturally, and I think that that is like one thing that I did notice.
That's true.
Like we're like where everyone like where I'm from, like we're very like trusting. Like it's not like a weird thing to like just meet someone and like go camping. It's like and we're very like friendly and like everyone's like I'm not saying that people here are not friendly, but I do think that there's a little bit more apprehension of like trust and whatnot. So I could now I didn't know any of this about Jess. I had no idea she was like dealing with friends wondering or friends being like, I'm not sure, where I'm just like, yeah, like I met somebody, they're like gonna come over and like see me, and they're gonna stay at my house. My friends are like, oh, that's so cool. Like, but like
Uh-huh.
I'm learning that I have too much on that side of like trust, and that maybe I should be a little bit more. So I
I
feel
think
like
you
we're
can continue that trust level, especially like in Newfoundland where you're from, like continue on. But I think we as Americans, I don't
yeah,
know, are a little skeptical of pretty much everything. And I
yeah.
don't know, I mean, innately or where that came from. But yeah, there are some instances. Think you can trust people here, but there are definitely
oh
some where
totally, yes,
I'm like,
yeah.
just tread lightly, be careful.
If someone told me I'm going to meet a stranger on a small island in Canada and we're going camping on the first night, I'd be like, it was nice knowing you.
Even if it was Canada, I feel like Canada's
Yes.
like still.
Ruby's like, yeah, even if it was
Because I
Scotland.
would, my immediate assumption would be like, this is like a crazy person who's like maybe not even from Canada, who's like luring you into this like area with not very many people to murder you.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's like your catfish theory. Like I saw her, I knew what she looked like. I
Yeah.
knew it wasn't like some kind of trickery plan, maybe like a bait and switch. I don't know if like a guy was going to show up at the airport to meet me instead of Nicole. Like that would have been interesting, but that didn't happen. And I didn't ever think that would happen. And it of course
Yes.
didn't because like I don't know. I don't know how often that really does happen.
Do you have a two truths and a lie?
Yeah.
We drove across the continent 4 times. I wrote and sang a song to Jessica at our wedding.
Mhm.
Jessica has kissed a codfish.
Why do I feel like all of these are true? Vanessa, do you know if any of these are true?
I know that they've driven across the country like at least a couple times. So that is true then.
This is tough. I think that my instinct is that the song is a lie, but I'm like, maybe it's the fish.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's the song is the lie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Are you agreeing? Yeah.
Yeah, we usually end up on the same one.
Hmm.
Okay, that's correct. You definitely
You're
do not
correct.
want me to sing a song.
It was nice to imagine.
It would
Thanks.
have been really sweet. Yeah.
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 Okay, sorry, I apologize.
Next time. No.
And how did
And for Jessica kissing a cod, just to explain that, because it's random, but in Newfoundland we have this tradition of getting people screeched in. And to get screeched in, you become an honorary Newfoundlander. So you shoot like a shot of Jamaican rum, and you do this like saying with everybody, and you have to kiss a codfish. So Jess kissed a
Oh.
And
frozen.
you eat a piece of bologna, which they call
Sorry,
bologna.
Bologna.
It's
Bologna.
a, yeah, there.
Bologna.
What are some other things about Newfoundland?
You know, it's very Irish and British. Like everybody likes to have a
Oh,
drink and to party, and most Newfoundlanders would have some sort of music background. So most can play some sort of instrument. Not I, but yeah.
is it
Hmm.
close to Ireland? I need
Yes, yeah,
to look this
very.
up.
Hmm. It's
Also,
really
aren't
close to
there
Iceland and Greenland. Like you're
I
right
was gonna
across.
ask, is it like similar to Iceland in like climate?
I I don't really know Iceland's climate, but it'd be similar to like Ireland. We're like
Oh, okay.
we're literally in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so we get a lot of systems. Like it's
I see.
very unstable type thing. So
Hmm.
it's like there's no consistency in seasons or
Like 12 months, not 12 months, 10 months of winter and then some not winter months
like we
on top
say
of
that
that.
we have these are our seasons. It's winter, kind of summer, and almost winter.
Icebergs, Ruby, and puffins are
Oh
like a
yes,
big
puffins.
deal. And whales, like you can go to like a little, they have like a lot of coves in Newfoundland. Like every like little town is basically just like a little cove that were fishermen towns and some are still. But you can like go to one place in Newfoundland, I forgot what beach, Nicole, you can say it, but like you can go and just stand at the beach and see whales like jumping out of the
Yeah,
water, like
St.
if
Vincent.
you're right there. Yeah, St. Vincent's. It's wild.
Oh my
what
gosh.
And yeah, we have like one of the biggest populations of puffins in the world.
You're like
Hmm.
really selling me. I really like puffins. I call my
Yeah,
cat Perry Puffin.
they
Um,
do. They do a thing in Newfoundland around the season where the puffin like pufflings are born, and a lot of the times they get. So what they do is try to follow the moon to see, but they get lost now because there's so many lights around. So they fly towards a light and they get lost on the land, and they can't fly like well. So you can go around. I did it for my birthday last year, the year before, and
Hmm.
you get like a net and like things to help you catch them. So you look through all the woods and on the sides of roads and ditches and try to find the pufflings and bring them back, and then they release them. It's like a not for profit. It's very, very cute.
Hmm.
that's so cute.
are puffins like penguins, kind of?
They're so small.
Yeah,
They're like a
they're the size of
potato.
a potato.
Yeah.
They're the size of a potato?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Oh, I did not know that.
yeah.
They're so cute. My gosh. And they eat too much capelin and they can't fly at first because they're so full. So they you just see them in the water flapping, but it's very cute because they're so tiny.
I'm proud of you. You knew what fish they eat.
I know a lot about Newfoundland. All of us,
You
like, I
do?
mean, I've been there enough, I feel.
You have you have an Am I the drama, right?
We'll have a stupid one if we really need it.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
interested.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Hmm.
It's from when I was a child. So
You had to dig deep with this one,
I
huh?
did have to dig deep. Um, okay, so when I was like, I think like 10, I was playing Truth or Dare with two of my friends, and we were in my front yard. I don't think I've told Vanessa this story. Um, Maybe I have. And anyway, we were playing Truth or Dare, and one of my friends dared me to moon the next car that drove by. And so, in retrospect, this was not well thought out because I lived in like on like a very like quiet, slow street. And so, the next car that drove by, I mooned them, and the woman stopped,
You
reversed.
did? You mooned a car?
I did, yeah.
You mooned a car?
Is
Wow.
that's shocking to you?
I love it.
Why? You don't think I would do that?
Would you moon a car now?
Mm.
I feel like now I would get like I could get like a ticket for that.
You're thinking
No?
of, you thought about it.
Well, if I wasn't gonna get in trouble, then I would do it, yeah.
Maybe I don't know you as well as I thought I did.
I
Continue
guess you
with
don't.
your Thanksgiving story.
Well, you're also gonna hear why I have some trauma from this.
Mm.
So this woman stops, reverses, pulls into my driveway, and goes to knock on the front door. So I like take off, right? Because I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm not going to be a part of this. So she basically knocks on the front door and tells my parents that I
Oh
moved
my
her.
God.
And I'm like, This woman is so annoying. Like,
She's the problem. You are not the
She
problem.
is the problem.
Oh my
okay.
She
Probably
is
gosh.
the
wanted to keep
problem.
you
Get a
safe
grip.
though. She's probably worried that
Safe.
you're like mooning a bunch of like for all she knows, you could just be out there
You're a
mooning
serial mooner.
every
Yep.
car
You're taking your pants
and
off
no
too
one's
often. It's a
watching you and she's
problem.
afraid you're gonna get snatched or something. I don't know.
I highly doubt that was this woman's motive, that she wanted to keep her being safe. I don't think
I
so.
don't know what I
I think
would
she
think
was
if I
annoyed.
saw a
She was
child
definitely annoyed.
mooning me driving down.
If someone mooned me, I would give him a honk. I'd be like, toot toot, good job. Well
I
done.
know, I think it was so funny.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
too. I would think it
What
was
did your
hilarious.
mom say? Did you get in trouble?
No, my parents thought it was really funny, and
Because
my
it
dad
is
was
funny.
like, I've maybe never been more proud.
That's awesome. I love that. So
This is
she's
why
so
Ruby would moon again, because of the
But
reaction.
I was like traumatized and I was freaking out. I was like crying and like my parents were like, "We're
Mm.
not mad. It's okay." And I was like, "Ah!" Because it was that just like getting in trouble and like the like
yeah.
I didn't think I was doing a like super terrible thing. And then like in the moment being like, "Oh my gosh, did I just screw up so bad?" And it was just, yeah, it was so I'm a little traumatized, but yeah, maybe I would moon a car again.
Well, I feel
Mm.
like that's what you have to do to get over your trauma.
You're right. I need to do exposure
If
therapy.
you want to get
Definitely.
over it, you can just drive by. I'll drive by and you can move me and I'll toot.
There
Okay,
you go.
sure.
It's perfect. It'll be very coordinated.
Perfect.
That's like one of those things where like if a friend was encouraging you, they'd be like, "Come on, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen?" You'd
Exactly.
moon them
And
and
that's probably the
they
worst
would
thing, I
drive
guess.
by and then stop her car, get out of it, and go up to your house and tell your parents, really? And then it happens.
Mm.
What would be as adults now, though, you think the worst thing that could happen if you moved to her?
Getting
I think
arrested.
you could like get arrested for
Yes.
I know
public
Ruby thinks she's getting
indecency.
a ticket. I really don't think that would happen, but maybe. I don't know.
I can see it happening, maybe not in
If you
Los
mooned a
Angeles or
cop, I
California.
feel like,
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
yeah, like don't
Well,
do
that's
that.
Well, I feel like if I did it and something bad happened again, I'd be like, I have like bad mooning karma.
Yeah, I would stop after that. I agree.
maybe the next time we get you like meet a connection. Maybe they'll
Oh my
try.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I'm gonna moon my wife and it's gonna
That'd
be
be
the
a
Yes,
exact same
great
situation.
story. Yeah.
She'll stop,
yes.
reverse, pull into the driveway, and be
Will
like,
you
I'm in
marry
love
She
with
me?
can't
you.
find your parents. Yeah.
This is how you meet women.
Oh my God. It was here the whole time.
Do you guys have pet peeves you want to discuss?
Yeah,
So
we could do
when
that.
we approached this, we approached it about each other.
Ooh, okay. Let's
Ooh.
hear
Mm.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and it wasn't like that easy to do. But for me,
Aw.
I cook a lot. I'm the cook person for sure. If
Big
I'm not
chef.
around, like if I went back to Newfoundland and I bet you Jess didn't have a single meal that she prepared, with the
Nicole's
exception.
probably shocked. I feel like you talked to someone on like one of the podcasts before about like what's in their fridge, and like mine just had like beer, coconut water, water, and like half and half. And all I had was popcorn. And like that's all I would eat. And I would eat out. And that was my
And
lunch.
Represented for
Mhm.
us.
Mhm.
yeah, when we first met too, like there was nothing to cook with. So like I went like anything I needed. I'm like, how do you not have a pot?
I had a
Where's your?
pot, maybe.
But it wasn't
Had
a must.
pans.
That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, not having a pot.
It was
I
like
had a
a.
pot.
It was not a
It was probably
pot.
not adequate. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It wasn't like to make a big thing of Chilean. It was no.
Uh,
But
okay.
my pet peeve with her would be if it's anything. While I'm cooking, like so one of my favorite things about Jess is like she's very like neat and tidy, which I love. But she cleans like as I'm cooking. So like I'll like lay down a spatula and then like go do whatever I'm doing like with the other utensil I'm using, and then I'll like go to grab my spatula and like it's not there anymore. And then for the first little bit, I just assumed I was like, am I losing my fucking mind that like
Mm.
I'm like laying my utensils and shit that I need down and all of a sudden it disappears. But now the first thing I'll be like, Jess, like I'll be like, "Where's the spatula?" And she's like, "Oh, I just put it in the dishwasher." And like that happens so many times. It could be like a measuring cup. Like I'm gonna reuse that tablespoon to for the next thing I need to put into it, and she'll have it gone somewhere. So she's gotten better though. It doesn't happen as much now.
I
Now it's like
ask now if you're gonna need it. I
You
think,
do, but
and
then
then I
sometimes
put it
you
away.
sometimes, but yes, it's definitely gotten
I've been
better.
asking. You'd like
Yeah.
to leave a lot of things out, and like it's like a full kitchen experience. So like that's great. And I don't think I take the spatula. I think I know that you're gonna probably use a spatula, but I will put away spices or oils and like yes, measuring things because they're dirty. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna move this, especially if it's in the sink or something. I'm like, well, no, that's done, isn't it? Like, bye, like put it
Okay,
away.
so they're never in the sink.
They
I
might
don't
be.
put something I'm going to use again in the sink.
I don't know.
She knows that to be true. And if I'm cooking and I'm the chef, and the way things are laid out, that's okay because
It's
I'm
like
cooking.
it's none of my business. Okay. Yep,
Yeah,
that's fair.
so that happens.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
but
be
if it doesn't
better.
happen, now you're like a really good. She's a good little sous chef, so
I get
she'll
to do
do
all the
like
bad
the things.
jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I hate cutting onions, so I get her to cut it. But then sometimes I'm watching how she cuts onions, and I have
I'm
to
not a
kind of
good
stop.
chopper. I really am trying. Yeah, I don't chop very well. Not efficient chopper. No.
So now it's mostly I cook and then she'll clean and she'll wait until it's ready to cook.
Wow.
She sounds like a little like cleaning elf.
I
Yeah,
definitely am. I
really
feel
Floating
like I
around.
pop up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't notice her. Like I don't
I'm
notice.
I'm
Even
sneaky.
now, it's very like, where the hell did that thing go?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I pretend to be helping, like I'm not really helping at all. I'm just making it probably longer, but yeah.
Oh God, I would love a cleaning elf. I like
Yeah.
really need a cleaning elf
See?
here.
I like it now more so because she doesn't do it as bad, and I don't feel like I'm losing my mind because I keep losing things.
Um, I was thinking about this as we were getting ready too, so I have, I guess, two. I am
Oh,
like very timely in general. Like I like to be on time, and I think it stems from my parents always not being on time. So I have like anxiety if I am not on time. Nicole feels differently about time. She is getting better. I know you are getting better, a lot better. But I have to try to stop myself too from reminding her, like, we only have a half hour until we have to leave. So, like, if I see that you're not getting ready, I'm like, I start saying things. I'm trying to not be as annoying with my reminders. But at the start of our relationship, I feel like that was a thing because I'm like, even if it's like a silly plan to just even go to our like friend D's house, like whatever, I was like, I'll be there by 2. And I actually mean 2 o'clock. Nicole was like, well, like 2-ish, like 5, 10 minutes, like who really cares? Like we're just going to do nothing. And I'm like, oh, I care. Like I care about that. So there's that. I don't know how you feel about that, Nicole, but yeah, I am sorry. That is my pet peeve, being on time and us being on time collectively. And today, while we were getting ready or starting to get ready, I didn't see Nicole. I was like, I don't know where she went. I heard the door open. I thought she went to let the dog out. And she's taking a picture for a couple out, taking a picture by like we have like nice views over here. And she's taking a picture for them. She probably saw them like struggling through the window to
I
take a
did.
selfie. And I was like, this is like why she's just like a better person than me. Like if I saw someone like struggling to take a picture and I need to get ready, I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna get ready and I'm sorry for them. Like that's unfortunate. But like I wouldn't think twice about it. And of course she's like, oh yeah, I'll go do that. That makes sense. I'll do that right now. Yeah.
There's some pretty mild pet peeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're also to the point, Jess will tell you, like, I'm very much like, if there's something bothering you, even if it's something like so silly, I like always want her to tell me. I want her to tell me like the microscopic truths because I
Hmm.
know that if you don't, they then become like more than microscopic because then you're like, they could be compiling. Then all of a sudden you're just like annoyed with the person and you don't even really know why anymore. Like you're like almost searching for those little things.
Hmm.
So I tell her, like, I want you to tell me, like, if it's like something so small as like, and she does, she tells me these things now. Like, she taught, like, I could tell she was getting annoyed with me sometimes about timing. But it, like, I also didn't know, like, for me with my friends at home, like, people be like, I'll be over sometime after 6, or we'll be like, come over anytime after 6, or like,
It
it's
stresses
never
me.
like, I'll be over, like, I could say I'll be over around 6. Like, that could mean like 6:15, that could mean 6:30, that could mean quarter two. Like, but like obviously with things that like there is a time, like I'm going to an appointment, like I'm always on time. So that was it. But like again, if we don't talk about that at its miniscopic aspect, then that's going to become something bigger where Nicole doesn't care, she's disrespectful, she doesn't care if we're late to everything, when really like I just think like how we operate where I'm from, that we're just all like, yeah, come whenever's good for you, don't worry about it, no stress needed, or that type thing. But like, yeah, so I used, even with that, I think that was probably one of our first things. So I was like, Jess, just like straight up tell me, like, I'm never going to be like taking something personal. And I want you to tell me like right away. So like we do a good job of that. Well, she'll say like, the shoes are there, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, got them, good, got it.
You
So
make me
it's like,
sound a lot nicer in that approach than I probably do come
yeah,
across.
you're never like, well, that's because you started to tell the like microscopic truths early.
Yeah.
You're obviously not going to be as nice when you're like at a full fledged annoyed with.
Do you guys do that with like more social, relational, like emotional things? Like when you say something like this or when you don't do this, it like do you guys share those microscopic truths or are those more like I'll say this one and this one isn't that big of a deal and I won't say that one.
Think we're
Um,
trying to. I think I probably struggle with that more than Nicole does. I think she will tell me immediately. I will be like, that's not a big deal. So like just like let it go or I'll work on letting it go. But like Nicole said, like it could easily build up. Like if I can't let it go for some reason, or maybe I like, I don't know, forget about it for a little bit and then it comes back, it's like, okay, like I need to actually say this out loud and like get it off my chest and like bring it to her attention. And then like I feel like we do a good job talking about it. I think it's harder for me because I had not done that in the past. So working on it. But yeah, ideally with like
yeah,
anything like that.
yeah, and like there'll be some times where like, past things are carried into a relationship. So
Mhm.
where like Jess could do something and it reminds me of another, say, person in my life that when they did that, there was a different intent.
Mhm.
Where and I will like maybe say automatically change my energy towards Jess, even though she doesn't have that. But like I even say that to her. I was like, I want us to be able to be like, I was just triggered by this action. I know you didn't mean that, but if I feel like my body's a little bit off or like I feel a little distant, like that's what's happening, and I know it's like not you. I'm like, and I'm gonna work through it. Like I like that's the type of communication like I think is like super important to be able to be that honest. Like I think that, and I think you're right. Like Jess struggles with that like a slightly more, and like I'm just like really persistent at her. I'm like, you can tell me anything. Like just say it. Like it's fine. Like we can do it. Like you can say whatever you want. So I do think it, Jess, you're like her. You say like you're not as good at it. You've gotten like really good at it. Like you talk about it now, and like when you know each other as well as I feel we do, you can tell when something's off with somebody. And like when you ask them, and if I ask Jess and she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, how many times are we going to have to ask you this until, until you finally tell me? And then it
Mhm.
always comes out. So yeah, I think it's much different now. We can like,
Jessica, you mentioned you wanted to talk a little bit about how dating should be a proactive thing.
I don't know. I think it stems from like when I was like before meeting Nicole, like yeah, like even like years before, like first getting on like the apps and being like, I had like full conviction. Like I was like, I want to meet someone, and I probably took it a little more seriously than most, but like it felt like a part-time job trying to like reach out to people, connect with people, message people, like people. Like I was always looking to see if I had matches. Like I wanted to, find my person. So I was very serious when I started. And I feel like, and even like the experience on the app where you're like, I message someone or we match, I message them, you don't hear back, and you're just like, well, whatever, maybe you changed your mind or something has happened. But even when like I like hearing people out in like the world and like hearing comments of like, oh, like you and Nicole met and like you like from Canada and you did this long distance thing for a while. Like, how did you even like think about doing that? Like, I won't even go to, I'm in Orange County. I won't go to LA. I won't go to San Diego. And I'm like, that's such a ridiculous thing to say. And I'm sorry that I feel really passionate about it, but I do. Like, if you are interested in finding your person and you're in the queer, I don't know, what's like the right word for that? Why can't I think about it?
community.
Dating pool? Yeah, like this just feels like it's limited in nature to begin with. So, like, if you're really honest and open and you want to meet someone, who's to say you won't move to San Diego or LA if you meet the person that you want to spend your life with? And like, why not go on a date and spend an hour driving just to like figure it out? And I think people are just so like, they take like a submissive approach to dating and they like start already making up excuses of why it can't work. And maybe it's just logistical, but it's like, why, like, if you are in it, like be in it, like, and like even like following through with like a second date or telling people you don't want to go on a second date and like communicating, I feel like was a difficult thing that I experienced when on the apps before meeting Nicole. It's just like, I don't get it. I feel like people are like half in it or making excuses of why things can't work before you even meet the person or give them a shot. I don't know if that answered it fully, but that's it's my rant, if you will.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, you're in a relationship, and I feel like it's because partially because you took an active approach.
I went on dates with people who like lived in LA. I think I even went on a date with someone who was like in San Fran and I was like there for work and I was like, whatever. Like I'll just want to like meet people who I feel like maybe there could be something with and like feel it out. And like if it doesn't work, whether it's logistical or not, like at least I'm like trying and I'm like putting myself out there and like going with like let me see what it's about. And if it continues to feel good, like continue to do it until it doesn't. And then stop, you know?
Yeah, like for me, I had found my like peace in myself, basically, because I haven't had that my whole life almost. So it's like I've always kind of been like the caregiver of either if it's a family member or a partner that I was with. And after I had gotten out of my last relationship before meeting Jess, I was like, okay, this feels amazing. I feel at peace, and I'm going to do whatever I can to protect this peace. And I was in this like really like beautiful place, and like I was just like chasing joy. Like I just wanted to do things that like felt good, no matter what it was. That was what was like my promise to myself. So anytime I was talking to Jess, like it felt good. I'm like, I'm just going to keep like doing this because it feels good, and I'm going to always be upfront. Yeah. So I think it was like staying true to myself, keeping my peace, and following joy. And like Jess said, like go on a date if it's fun. Like go on a date again. Like just have fun. That's what it's about. And I think once you get into a place of being at peace with yourself, having fun, like then you're going to bring in that type of people because it's all about frequency. You have to be put into the frequency of what you want to attract. So if I like am in a place of joy, peace, like love, then that's what's going to come in. And I think it was from getting into that energy that first of all even brought a connection with Jess. And then once in it, allowing it to be what it is without wondering how this could happen or how this could work.
Hmm.
Like this is feels really good. This is working now. I'm gonna continue it and it's making me stay in this frequency. Jess puts me in a higher frequency. Why would I stop? I don't care that she lives I have to talk miles, like 5,000 miles away. You
Hmm.
know, like why does that matter if this feels so good? It's so silly to even care about those things and how it was going to work. And I think that is how it worked because we were both ready and our frequency was that and we were like everything just kind of fell into place and that's what I was saying earlier, none of it ever felt like too much. If you can be proactive but if you're not like within yourself, like true to yourself and at peace and in a place of harmony solo, like I would go as far to say in my opinion it'd be impossible to meet the person that's going to be that person for you because you're not that for yourself yet. So I think
Hmm.
it's very important to like get into a space of like love and harmony with yourself and like you know you as your own person before you can like attract your mate, your soulmate type thing.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's like getting ready to be ready. I feel
Yeah,
like one of
yeah,
the teachers we follow like says that a lot. Like, yeah, like you want to be in this like state, like and like be really open to like all the possibilities. And like if you are ready to start dating, like really be ready, like be in it.
and I remember what before I met Jess, I had a really close friend, actually the person that was going to be business partners with. She really got me through like a tough time prior to even like going back on the apps. We were just like talking, and it's just like putting yourself out there. And when you put yourself out there, be like, is this person good enough for me?
Hmm.
Not like, am I good enough for this person, or is this person going to like me? Like who cares? It's like, do I like this person? Like, approach your dates this way, especially like your first few. Like, do I like this person? Is this person going to add value to my life? Not am I going to add value to this person's life, right? So it's like being in that sense of like confidence about yourself that, okay, I'm going to meet this person, but I'm going to see if they're going to add value to my life.
Mm.
And I feel like when she kind of like said that to me, I'm like, my God, like it seemed like such like a foreign concept to like go into a date wondering if this person was going to be good enough for me. Where you normally like, I know I wasn't really in the dating world for like long, like, but like in my 20s, I remember like when you're going on a date, you're like, oh my God, like I wonder if this shirt is going to be nice enough. Like, I like,
Hmm.
like, am I going to be funny enough? Like, it's just
Yeah.
such a silly
Will
thing.
they
Like,
like me is always
will
what
they
you're
like
worried
me?
about.
As
Yeah.
opposed to Jess and I were kind of both like that, and that's why we got so like real quickly.
It's interesting because it sounds kind of like both of you in a way are sort of saying like to trust your intuition with dating, it seems. Because like I do think it's a huge problem, especially with two women, like overthinking. And it's
Mm.
like, yeah, if you're just trusting your intuition, you're like, does this feel good? And you're just like constantly like, does this feel right, like on a soul level? And also, I wonder if like on a really subconscious level, Jessica, you like knew that your person was going to be like requiring travel. And so
Mm.
it's like you were really open to like, I'm in San Francisco, why not? Because like really subconsciously you
Mhm.
were like, I know that this is like going to be required of me or something like that.
Yeah,
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 that definitely could be. Yeah,
yeah.
totally. Because I was very open to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, it like boils down to getting out of your head. Like we're not our thoughts. Like get out of your thoughts, be able to laugh at your thoughts because half the time they're ridiculous and just pay attention to how you feel. Like your initial feeling is like always the correct one. Like we
Hmm.
always kind of skip over it because we go to thought. And then the thought is what becomes what we're like how we're viewing this person, not the instant energy type feeling you get.
I feel like Ruby and I have talked about, not to speak for you, Ruby, but like we are pretty similar here. We've been single for a couple years, but like also we have like really good lives.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And uh I don't know, for me, I feel like my life is on easy mode, and I feel like I'm going to look back on these years of living alone in my apartment, doing whatever the fuck I want, hanging out with my cats as my golden years.
Mhm.
Um, and so I like, I get what you're saying about like someone should be adding value to our lives. And I feel like Ruby and I talked about that recently, and we were like, yeah, like, why are we gonna like take a partner who like actively makes our awesome lives worse? Like, that makes no
Yeah.
sense. Like, we're
Totally. Yeah.
fine. But at the same time, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ruby, I feel like you do this too. I certainly go into dates with people that I like, trying to make them like me,
Mm.
Mhm.
not trying to have fun or
Mhm.
to like identify if they would make my life better.
Try that next time when you go into a date.
Yeah, I
Just
think
like,
I
I'm gonna
will.
go have some fun. How do you add to my
Mhm.
life? And then
I think that's a
go from there.
better
Especially because you like,
mindset.
you said like you're feeling comfortable in your life, you like your life, like yeah, like carry that into your dates. Like I'm already feeling amazing. Are you gonna make me feel any better? Are you gonna add anything to my life? Like, yeah, and go
And
that
even
way.
if it's going horribly, because I've had those, and I'm like, well, you're certainly, not my person, but like I'm here, so like might as well just like get to know you, have like fun and enjoy myself, and like and we part ways and we never talk again. That's cool. That's fine. At least like I was there for the experience of it.
Remind me, do you identify as an extrovert?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
for me, in my mind, I'm like, if I know I don't like this person, that is rough for
Yeah.
me to sit through the rest of it. That is like really, that's the one thing that would stop me from taking your advice of like just like meeting people and like
Do
I,
a short date, short duration date, like one
oh,
drink, one coffee, like make it
brutal.
short in duration.
Knowing you can tell like 5 minutes in though, and then oh,
Yeah,
that
Oh, that is
that's too
so
hard for
rough.
you.
really hard
Yeah.
for
When you vibe with the person, it's not a tiring date.
me. No.
But when it's like when you don't, it's like really exhausting, even just
Yeah.
like a coffee.
Yeah, I get
And
that.
none
You
of you would
can,
just tap out, be like, hey, this is not working for me. I'm out.
Yeah, I
That'd
wouldn't
be
be able to do
hard.
that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do
It
that
would be
either.
awesome and it would be justified and okay, but I think it would be really mentally difficult for me to do that.
But
Hmm.
I think about it. So I had someone be like that with me, and I remember being like, "Oh, like good for you." Like I wasn't like, "Oh, I'm hurt." It's like, "Thank you."
I feel like every bad date you have to sit through, at least as an introvert, makes you a little bit less likely to go on that next date because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, what if it's like last time? Oh, the last three ones have been not good. Why am I gonna go? You know?
Like subject yourself to it again. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
need enough punishment. You never have to take so much punishment that you won't do it again.
right.
Yeah. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's tricky.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know from an introvert perspective, but I understand what you're saying. Food
And I
for thought.
think to your point about like just tell someone if that's what you're feeling, is it's like the more authentic you are to yourself, the more you're going to attract someone who wants
exactly. Yeah.
100%.
your authentic self.
It's like, and again, you're dating. You're not like we're not trying to like make a bunch of people like us.
And you don't need the wrong person to like you.
No,
Exactly.
you
True.
really don't.
The
Mm-mm.
goal of a date isn't to make the person like you.
Yeah.
No. It's to find out if you want them in your life.
When I met Nicole and like even just like how I thought about dating, again, one of my teachers that I follow pretty not intensely, it was like, but I follow this teacher, and Abraham Hicks. Yeah, that would probably be I would say Esther, but Abraham's probably more accurate. But like getting into like that vibration, that feeling of like this is the type of energy, this is the type of person I want to attract, and getting like really clear on that, I would make like a practice of like listing positive aspects of like, okay, not about like I need this person to have this job or look like this, like all that garbage. But what do I want to feel like? What do I want to feel like when I'm with this person? Like, how do I want to feel like when we're with our friends? And like, what does that feel like? And like, how would it look like with our families? And like, getting like really like into this, like, you're envisioning the energy around the relationship that you want helped, I think, get me in a place of being very open to receive Nicole.
Feels like a
Yeah.
form of manifestation, kind
Oh,
of.
definitely. It's very law of attraction-y. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also feel like too, like both of your points about like getting into the right vibration is like essential. I
Mhm.
feel like a very like simple thing that people listeners could do is that like I know something I used to do when I was younger, which I should probably be doing again, is like anytime I had like something important or that I really cared about, I would just like get myself pumped up in the car beforehand with like usually I would do the Behind These Hazel Eyes dance remix by Kelly Clarkson.
Please bring this
You and
back.
Kelly Clarkson, huh? Yep, all the
That's my
time.
girl.
I know.
But yeah, just like a song that like really like gets you like on a soul level or like anything that I feel like kind of makes you feel like you at your purest form, I think is
Mm.
like going to raise your vibration. Yeah.
And like it's just another example of how like when we're in our head, we're not us. So it's like, how do I get to like who I am? And again, it's like it's a feeling. Like I feel like by definition, I feel like I bring like light and lightness to a room. So like I try to like remind myself of that, and then I'm like, okay, like I'm going into this space and I'm just gonna bring what I am, what I feel is like maybe my personal gift, and if they don't want to receive that gift, then that's totally cool. Like I don't mind. So again, I think you're right. It's like just get to that place of like joy. I wanted to, I don't know if you can put this in after, but I was gonna talk to you guys if I could give my friend in Canada a shout out. She makes like queer clothing, but it's actually not like tacky.
No, I
So,
love her
Yeah,
clothes.
it's
I
very
follow her
cute.
on Instagram
oh, you
and
do? Okay, cool.
yeah, yeah, you told me about her one time. I really like her art.
Sarah.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's doing like so well in Canada. I want to like try to get her going over here because like you can't get nice like queer clothing anywhere.
I know, and she does like thrifted stuff too, right?
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, she has like
Yeah.
so much. She just buys it secondhand, and
Yeah, we can definitely plug her.
yeah, give her a plug.
And that's it for today's episode of Los Angeles.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Les Angeles Podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen.